channel. It's been a while since I've posted a video. Hopefully everyone's doing okay, and hopefully my mic setup is still the same, and I'll replay this later and go through some of the audio details before I post it. I've been kind of focusing on other things in my life right now, is why I haven't posted in a long time, and sort of in a way I've been getting back to basics and almost trying to figure out who I am really, which I think everyone goes through time to time. You kind of, at least I could speak for myself, I go through years where I'm coasting and I know who I am and what I'm doing, and then every now and again something will happen and you gotta pivot into something else or try to figure out something else that works. So I've been kind of doing some soul searching, I guess, and trying to figure a few things out. I'm still gonna probably post some of the older videos that were taken down off of the old channel onto this, so if you see me in a video and I'm talking about something that would have happened 2 years ago, it's an older video, and hopefully that doesn't take away from the ASMR or any of the relaxation or any reason why you'd be watching it, and you still enjoy it. I'll likely put in the title if it is an older video. I've been sick the last 2 days, and I've just been really laying around in bed. I haven't done a whole bunch of anything. I just did the dishes today, and my appetite's back, so I was eating a little bit, went to Walmart, that kind of thing. But I've pretty much been in bed the last 2 days, just a cold. But when I get sick, I get pretty sick. So if I sneeze in this video, that's my bad as well. I'm a little bit stuffy, but not overly stuffy right now. So yeah, thank everyone who subscribed in the last little bit. Thank you, shout out to you. I had a recent comment that came up in my notifications. It kind of was saying that you watch the video, one of my videos every night, or it's one of your favorites, so that was really nice to see, and thank you for leaving that comment. It kind of brought me back to doing another one, really. I just kind of have this channel here. I kind of set it and forget it. Forgot about it for a little bit, and I'm kind of working on other things. I'm kind of contemplating in the springtime whether I could start a pressure washing business or not. I might not do it, but it's something that's there as a possibility. You have to put up money to buy a machine and get some insurance and stuff, and then you don't know if you're going to actually have any work, so you're investing money and there's risk there, and then you got to knock door to door and see if you can get some clients or whatever. But it is an interesting idea, because it's something that's pretty entry level and easy to do, and you're your own boss, and it takes 2 hours, and then you're making decent money doing that. But I don't know where I'm going with my life. I've been kind of sporadic all over the place, kind of not really focusing on anything in particular, and I really, there's a new, well, not new, it's been around forever, but the phrase lock in, you gotta lock into something. It's difficult to lock into something when you don't have anything to lock into. If you have something and you know it's gonna work and you have faith in it and you have, already are receiving some either gains or positive feedback or money from it or praise or whatever, then it makes it easy to lock into something because you know you're locked into something that is rewarding and has meaning to it. And sometimes it's hard to find meaning in things. And I still have my jobs that I've been working. I typically work nights. I have one job as an attendant and another as a security guard. And the security I don't really do often. I only do it once a month, and it's like a concert or something, and I don't really like it, but I don't like the other job either. And I think that's just kind of part of life, is you kind of got to do things that you don't want to do so you make money, and then you can do things that you want to do. It's unfortunate that it's that way, but what can I say? A pay raise would be nice, but you know how that goes. So yeah, I'm kind of sick. Didn't go to the gym the last few days because of the cold. Gonna work on that business. I haven't really been recording these, but I'm looking into different YouTubing things. I might look into like doing YouTube comedy at one point or another on a different channel. I don't really know what I would be posting or if I'm exactly funny. I do like making memes, but I can't be just sitting around making memes all day. I need to be, getting out and being in the world more than that. And I find a lot of internet culture feeds into isolation and loneliness. And if you're a homebody, I would consider myself that I've been introverted for most of my life, but you really need to push yourself to get out and to join a club or to do something. You can't just only have all of your social network being on the internet. And I know people that are younger than myself or my age or maybe even slightly older than me, because it's pretty much everywhere now, are gonna think that's insane, and that, like, even if you're marketing a business, it's online. But I guess what I'm saying is, for the last 6 months or something, I've been trying to not be online and to cut my hours online down, and it's worked, but at the same time it hasn't really yielded much results in anything. Because it's already worked into society. It's just the norm now. So if you, to an extent, if you take yourself out from it, and that was a big part of your life, then you're just going to be missing that. And I haven't really found anything to fill that void with. So that is something that I'm working on now, with maybe that business and a few other things. But yeah, I've still been working the nights at that job, and I also joined a wrestling club. It's like grappling and it's grappling, wrestling, judo, that kind of stuff. It's at a jiu-jitsu school, and it's basically like just the stand-up portion of it. And I've been doing that like 8 months now, and I'm starting to get, I wouldn't use the word good, but I'm starting to get amateur level, and it's difficult to get better when I'm only going a certain amount of times per week, which is usually once or twice because it conflicts with my work schedule. But there are guys that are going 3-4 times a week, so it's to a point where if I'm at least keeping up with everybody and I'm going like half or even less than half as frequently as everyone, then I mean, that means that I am still progressing, and that's actually somewhat impressive. If I'm going half as often, I'm still progressing with everybody, so there's a little bit of accomplishment there. It's definitely a good workout. The cardio is crazy. I've also been hitting a heavy bag at the gym. I've been kind of toning down lifting and going more cardio centric now. I've been running track with my sister. I've been hitting the heavy bag, like I just said. I've been just trying to get my VO2 max up, which is kind of funny because I don't like using terminology like that, but my sister's very braggadocious about that, if that's a word. Very happy about her VO2 max. And Christmas is coming up, so I'm going to have to start thinking about different Christmas gifts for my sisters and extended family, my mom obviously. I think I'm going to keep it really simple for Christmas gifts. I'm only going to really stick to gift cards for the adults and then for my nieces and nephews. I'm going to get more physical gifts for them because they're kids, and it feels weird to give a toddler or even like a slightly older than toddler, I don't know what you call right after toddler, but a gift card, it just feels weird. Or give like a baby, there's a baby niece to give her a gift card. Like you have to give like a physical toy to kids, and then the gift cards can go for the parents, which would be my sisters and their husbands and whatnot. I don't know when you guys are going to be looking at Christmas gifts or putting up Christmas decorations. It seems like right after Halloween, people already start getting on it, like clockwork type thing. I haven't decorated anything yet. This is still, I think it's like November 15th or 14th today, something like that. So I don't see a point to decorating yet, but another week I will, and then I might just get some gifts on Amazon, something like that. And one sister I'll see for Christmas, the other I'll have to ship the gifts, send them out. But that is what it is. I've been listening to a lot of music lately. A lot of grunge rock, Nirvana, Mudhoney, Alice in Chains. I was listening to like solo recordings of like Kurt Cobain's unreleased stuff, and I need to get out of doing that real fast because that kind of music, it's supposed to make you reflect and be kind of sad. Like that's kind of like the grungy thing, but it makes me depressed to a point where I can't, like I'm already depressed without listening to depressive music, so I gotta change my playlist to something a little bit happier than that. So if anyone has any recommendations for that, they can let me know. I also was listening to like a new genre of funk or something that was a derivative of kind of the Project Pat 3-6 Mafia type days, but more in a new age, almost dubstep type electronic remix vibe to it, where they do a lot of the distorting sounds, and they use the 808s that Kanye would have used or that are popular in trap music and stuff like that. I pulled out the electric guitar and I played the 3 chords that I know the other day with a horrible tempo. I remember during the COVID era when everyone was in lockdown, all I would do is smoke weed and listen to Nirvana, and I got so fucking crazy in my head because weed makes, like, THC doesn't agree with me. I haven't smoked weed since whenever COVID was, so that's 5 years now I haven't smoked weed. Something like that. And even then COVID was like the last hurrah of my weed days, but because of the weed and then not going out because of the lockdowns and just listening to like Nirvana in that time period, like I just listened to it a little bit now, but I was really heavy into grunge back then. I don't know why. But yeah, that really made me depressed, and I actually went out, and this is the point of the story, and I bought like a guitar, an electric guitar, like a powder blue electric guitar that looked like Cobain's, and I never fucking learned how to play it. I learned 3 or 4 chords, and I don't know, I play them, but I play them horribly. And I don't know what was going on in my weed smoking COVID isolation brain during that era, but I probably thought I was going to be the next grunge rocker or something with 3 chords or something, because weed, man, I tell you, weed makes me so loopy. I can't tolerate it. I still think I'm dissociated from smoking weed during that time period. And the weed that is coming out now, I don't know where you guys are, but we have legal weed here. And man, I think it's just sprayed with fucking pesticides and all kinds of different chemicals, and it's not really weed. It's like a weed product now it's really strong, and it causes some weird effects in your brain, more than you'd hope for. But so yeah, I've been listening to music, and I've been punching the heavy bag and trying to get into a better cardiovascular shape rather than just lifting. I find if you're only lifting and you're not doing any cardio or running or swimming or anything like that, you build up like an endurance, like a muscular endurance, but it's very weird, and it doesn't actually translate into real life without having your heart and your lungs up to speed to match the muscle you're gaining, as well as a lot of like the strong lifts and the power lifts and stuff. The bro splits, it causes muscle imbalances everywhere, especially deadlifts, which deadlifts are really great to release growth hormone naturally in your body, but it almost causes like an interior pelvic tilt, and especially if you're sitting all day, like if you're doing heavy deadlifts and then you're working a desk job, or you're sitting all day, whatever, certain muscles shorten, others lengthen, and you get this really weird posture, like especially I see it in powerlifters, especially the heavier ones, where they just do deadlift, squat, and bench, and then they eat like crazy calorie surplus, and then they try to sit around and conserve energy. They get really weak core, and really weak hamstrings, and everything else becomes really strong and tight, and it's not something you want to go down. You don't want to go down that path. It makes you less athletic when you're thinking you're actually getting stronger, so you should be more athletic. But so to kind of correct my body from the days where I was doing like all that powerlifting junk and trying to kind of fine tune it and recalibrate it to suit my wrestling and boxing and stuff that I'm doing now, I've been doing like a lot of stuff like planks and a lot of like hamstring isolations, to kind of fix that imbalance, like foam rollers and, a lot of core work, lower back extensions, and it's calisthenics, and like calisthenics is something I did a lot when I was a teenager and in high school and middle school, and I really got introduced to a bro split by somebody at the gym that was like a year or 2 older than me. I think he was like in high school, I was in middle school or something, and like I just took it as like dogma, as like canon, and I just rolled with that as everyone did with this whole bro science thing, and I think it fucked up everyone's bodies, really. I think calisthenics should be the base. If you want to gain weight, have a surplus, but don't only be doing these strong lifts and and not doing cardio. I think it's a bad idea for you. And I'd tell that to myself if I could go back in time. I'd tell a lot of stuff to myself if I could go back in time. Probably nothing good, really. I made a lot of mistakes in my life. I don't know if I would take it back or if I'd relive it. But I think that whole thing, like, I would never change anything because I wouldn't be the person that I am now. I think that's kind of cliche. I think that's taking it too far. There is something to that, but I think that's too cookie cutter of an answer. I think experiences do make you who you are, but if you could change or tweak a couple things, you might have been who you are now, but maybe just slightly a bit better or more wise or richer or whatever. So, in this case, I at least would have had less sore of a lower back, which my back's doing great now because I've been doing this core stuff, but some of those heavy deadlifts did were kind of short-sighted. But anyways, that's pretty much my ramble for tonight. I know I kind of stumbled up there a few times, stuttering and stammering, trying to find something to say, but I mean, I'm still pretty sick. I'm still kind of blurry in the head. I haven't done this. This is my first one recording in like 6 months or something, so shout out to all you guys. God bless. I mean, it's tough out there, so obviously find time to relax and unwind. If you're listening to this before you fall asleep, or if you're listening to this to fall asleep, that's all good. Take your time to rest, recharge, turn your brain off if you have to. Meditate, do all that stuff. But I think I'm gonna sneeze in a minute. I think it's good now, but it might come back in a minute, so I'm gonna end this now. And just saying I appreciate all you, and thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. Peace out.